started in dance choreography at the age of 19. I had been a dancer myself since the age of 7. I grew up in competitive dance. But then when I moved out to Arizona to pursue dance in college at Arizona State, I started working at a studio, which introduced me to creating my own work and choreography on a very basic scale. As I grew older, I started to really fall in love with the idea of being an artist and creating work and utilizing the body. So I started to create more sophisticated work, I would say, with more professional, experienced dancers. And since that age of 19, I've just kind of taken it and ran with it, and that's where I am today. My first solo performance was at the age of 12, I think. Like most little kids, I was really nervous backstage, but then once I got on stage, it felt so great. I felt at home, and I loved the performance element of it. Since that time of age 12, I've developed into a more mature artist, at least I'd like to think so. So my performances as a soloist now are quite different. There's a sense of freedom that I feel as a solo artist because I'm there for myself and I'm there for the audience, and I feel less structured and more open, I guess is a good word, open to express myself and be adaptable, I guess is a good word. Being a solo artist is a wonderful thing for that reason. When did I know dance is going to be my life passion? Well, I think I'm still sorting that out every single day. I'm very grateful to be doing what I'm doing. I think every single day I fall in love with dance in a different way. My idea of how I want to use dance as my passion, as my career, as my lifestyle is very moldable. I first started thinking that I was going to be a performer. I was going to dance in a company and do that kind of work, which later went on into choreography. I thought maybe I'd be a choreographer. Now I've really fallen in love with teaching, so that's my passion. So every single day I fall in love with it in a different way, but I think my initial, this is what I'm going to do, happened around the age of 21. 40 Love Letters was actually a different process than I've ever experienced before. It was inspired by a spoken word that I had heard that I had been totally touched by. And I had known that I wanted to work with this particular group of 6 dancers. So with thinking about what they had to offer and what I could bring to the table as a choreographer, along with this spoken word that really just kind of snowballed the whole rest of the show, I worked to see how all the pieces fit together. And it wasn't until the last day of the creation portion of the show that I looked back, I took a step back and just said, this is what it's about. So it came later.
It's something to behold. When the paper thin girls are twisting little braids in their hair, they take off their coats and throw pebbles and stones from the side of the boat, crying out, stones they float, stones they float. Oh my God, stones they float. They flow. My love, she's overboard. She's overboard. My love, she's overboard.
about the Monorchid Gallery is something very special to me. The first time I walked into this space, I literally was brought to tears because I was like, this is where it needs to happen. There's such like a unique rawness about it. Phoenix is such an interesting community because I feel like creating art and having work shown in alternative venues is something that is very well accepted. I'm not necessarily a proscenium-based choreographer. I love the idea of dancing on a stage, but I want my work to be seen in a more intimate setting. So the Monorchid Gallery offers me the opportunity to have my audience close, to have them engaged, to make it feel more connected rather than creating the fourth wall of a proscenium where it's dancer to audience, where there's a definite distinction between roles. This gallery, I feel like, eliminates that role, which is what I think it makes it so special.
Night upon night, I've been searching for reason, trying to write a verse full of meaning. I thirst for your freedom, still I can't define it. These thoughts are all stuck in my stomach. I need a Heimlich, 'cause night upon night, been searching for reason, trying to write a verse full of meaning. I thirst for your freedom, still I can't define it. These thoughts are all stuck in my stomach. My fate's a stone's throw away, mostly I cope okay. This morning I awoke afraid and told today to go away. Patience, you ally, you alibi, who can say? Any bloke can lose his way, any truth is only true today. I feel so insignificant, like surely baby, bliss is nothing if it's ignorant. But I ain't sure today, see all this stuff that I'm envisaging really can't compete with being loved. Being innocent, I'm suffering for my stubbornness. I realise I'm a human being, nothing more, nothing less. No wonder I'm a touch depressed. And hey, yo, just when I think I might succumb to rest, is this way? No, busy trying to run from death again, damn. Trying to find some substance in the emptiness, wondering where's the emphasis, actions or the sentences that follow. It's weird that I can benefit from sorrow, like go on, break my heart. I'll invent the script tomorrow, I'll embellish it. I'll swallow all my pride, and then I'll sick it up, smoke the fag, flick the butt, and then repeat the process. When I'm in desperate need of progress, so now I work more and hope less. A stone's throw away, but I have got the arm for a cricketer, and trust me, there are obstacles in place. I will try my hardest to be honourable and brave, but I am frightened, for I've heard defeat is horrible to face. My fate's a stone's throw away, at least it was until I grew out of my britches and started dreaming of something far more impressive. But it's hard to be a god, so now my march is more dejected, waiting. It seems I'm lost. I thought this path would lead to Oz, but there's no colour here, just greyness, comfortable as could be, but nothing ever changes. I've been kind of happy for ages and ages, but some would say an excess of patience is dangerous, 'cause now each day's as repetitive as neighbours. I'm desperate to break this stasis. Hey miss, am I just another digit in the matrix? Am I just another trinket in the wastage? You night upon night sat searching for reason, trying to write that verse full of meaning. I thirst for your freedom, still I can't define it. These thoughts are all stuck in my stomach.
Time as a performer, I will talk about as my experience as a performer, that I have felt as though the audience and I have been extremely connected is at Artel when I did our nude project with with Douglas here and with Wayne and a nice group of people. There's something very intimate about having a hotel room, having a very solidified space of the room, so having the audience there and having them be present, having myself know my boundaries and my limits and not feeling as though there's any kind of separation between audience and mover. I felt we were all kind of there in one energy. So that was a different experience. I felt like we were all on the same wavelength, the same page. They were feeling what I was feeling, and it was a nice sharing of energy.
Take your breath, you choose, and as you laugh and cry, you do your best and try.
A mean of expression to me. So I don't care necessarily what the audience feels as long as they feel something. So yeah, I think it's as long as I walk away with something, then I feel as though my work as an artist has been done. There's something very different about 40 Love Letters than all of my previous work. That is the fact that it's very simple. In the past, I've created relatively complex, musically specific, very athletic works, which I think are wonderful and beautiful all in their own right. However, 40 Love Letters, I feel like is very human. It's something that my dancers embody so well, is this idea of just being who they are and being themselves in my movement rather than trying on a character. That was something that I really wanted to go for, was a sense of authenticity and having them bring what they have to offer to the stage versus me giving them the portrayal of something else. So I think that is what really makes this work stand out, and that was something about this work that I'm most proud of. I was able to bring that out in the dancers as well as myself. I've never felt so connected to the movement as I have with this project, and I think that came from the rehearsal process and the creative process of generating the movement. It was just so relaxed and it was so accepted by my dancers. They just gave me the freedom to experiment, to explore, to try things on, to throw things away. So we've really created a relatively new experience, I would say, for both them and myself, but a project and a product that we're all extremely, extremely proud of. I love my performers. I feel so lucky to work with the cast of 6 that I have for 40 Love Letters. I have 5 male dancers, which are incredible. They are these just wonderful, statuesque males that just move so gracefully. And this one female, her name is Michaela Harp, that is just so talented and so beautiful and graceful and just fantastic. They have really made this project be what it is today. Without them, I have no idea, but I'm so lucky to have them.